Rise and shine. I'm not an expert. I'm just a curious Hi. You're watching the first episode of Park Pause on my YouTube channel, Lazy at Churches. It's just the letters of my name rearranged. This particular episode of Park Pause is very different from what I envision the rest of the series, because the people that I interview at Brighton, they don't all talk about Brighton specifically. This episode kind of happened serendipitously. I received a message from my Brockhampton Stan boyfriend, and he told me that Kevin of Brockhampton was holding a event nearby his childhood home. After my 9 to 5, I decided, well, why the heck not? Park Pause itself has been in development for a few months now, since about October. This particular episode will be broadcast on Houston Public Access, and I will also be sharing it on my YouTube channel, which you are watching right now. I have some recordings of other parks to use in other Park Pause episodes. I had originally wanted to focus on the Houston area specifically, but because of this chance encounter, I think I'll broaden my scope to include Texas, the United States, and our globe broadly. I've kind of organized the interviews in this particular episode into 3 parts. The first part I call Monuments. It is full of interviews with people who were at the 1999 in Brighton Park. And when I asked them to tell me the name and location of their favorite park, they gave me one that was outside of Brighton Park. Listening to these interviews, I realized not only do parks contain monuments that are representative of the history of a locality, parks themselves become a monument. They become a type of object within our minds. They become a place that we can go to and feel the same joy that we felt as a child.
Parks are comforting. I love going to parks just to breathe. Yeah, it's almost like an escape from the hustle and bustle of just life. It's almost kind of like a sanctuary. I appreciate parks because it's something that we can still make memories of the new ones and cherish old ones as well. Imagine being a kid just playing at the park. That's a damn near universal concept for a lot of people. So it's imagine taking that away. That's I don't know. That's I feel like it's important.
Really just all of our friends meeting up on a weekend night, summer nights, sticking out, just doing kid shit, doing stupid shit, stealing cigarettes, beer, buying weed for the first time and doing it there,
There was a park that was in my neighborhood that I spent a lot of time at because it was where I got to connect with my dad, because my dad loves to play soccer and there's a soccer field there. So I got to play with my dad and learn what his passions were and learn everything that he loved, through, being at the park. Things I probably wouldn't have grasped had I been inside, had I been in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Me and my friends would just hook up and go out there all the single time and just play hide and go seek and just just be kids, just doing kid things. And it was a big park. I knew all the hidden spots where people wouldn't pretty much find me. I never really got found because I pretty much knew all the secrets to every area in the park. Yeah, only one friend found me. And then I was like, dude, you better not tell anybody else.
Like me and my friends would always like play basketball in front of our houses, and Garza was known for like everybody, like the good players to go and play basketball there. And so like we were practicing for like months to play because we felt like we weren't good enough to go there. And then like I remember like we thought we were good enough to go, and then we finally went there and we were playing with like all the other kids, and like they just destroyed us. And then like ever since then, like I didn't stop playing basketball, but I just kind of really like stopped trying.
My brother fell in the lake one day. I guess something happened, he tripped and rolled his ankle and he fell inside of it, and it was free. It was in the middle of winter. That was good. He had to strip him down to his undies in the middle of the park in front of everybody.
There's this one spot, there's like this bench underneath this tree, and I don't know, I just have a really good memory of it because I went there with a friend and we had a pretty deep talk there about just life. It was more of just like a personal memory than like a specific special spot. It was just more special to me than to anybody else. Well, there at least was just like this quiet moment. It was at night too, and you could just hear all the bugs and animals and just like, I don't know. It was more of like the quiet that was more enjoyable at times than the actual conversation.
Really liked about it was like there was this one really big tree, like I call it my favorite tree, but it was like a really big tree in the middle, and you can just climb it, and it was like the perfect place to lay down, read a book, or just sit there and relax. It was like, I loved that place, because when you sit there and just let everything you're holding in pent up, you're gonna explode. So you gotta just like relax somewhere.
There's a lot of trees at that park I was at. But there was a trail also. And not a lot of people went to the trail, but once you like follow the trail, there was just a nice little hangout spot with like benches and stuff. And it was like, I don't know if it was necessarily set up by the people who made the park, but I never ever really saw a lot of people go there. It kind of felt like my secret place. So I really liked it. It felt like Narnia, you know? I never could believe this place existed. Like, you have to go through the trail and stuff, right? And you don't know where you're gonna land, especially the first time I went through it. And I found it and I'm like, wow, this is serene, you know?
I don't think it's going to exist anymore. I think they're probably going to build a bunch of buildings here and facilities and stuff like that, and just because I'm pretty sure the city of Corpus Christi is just going to evolve slowly. So I just don't see Co-Park as an existence for so many years from now. And if it is in existence, I'll be shocked to death.
I see it more becoming utilizing the space to, I feel like it would be great to use it to inform and educate. Maybe like dedicating spaces to like, you know, historic things that are like special to, you know, the region that they're in, you know. It could be like as small as like, I don't know, something dedicated to someone who did something great in that area, or someone, you know, someone that was important to that state, you know. I feel like it would be great to like inform and educate, and like I feel like that could be the future of parks, is just like utilizing it for like bringing people together, but also in educating people about the space that they're in, you know, and like the area and the place that they're from.
I know I'll never be able to achieve again, and I know I wouldn't have been able to achieve if I didn't go to that park with them. So
there have been important moments I missed out on, life moments that I've had with like friends and family that only happened at that park and never.
Also being a kid and knowing you can go to a park to play.
Yeah.
That was a fundamental thing in my childhood.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that ability where I'd be like, oh, I can
I'd always be like homebody.
Yeah. So that played a big role. So if I didn't have that,
I would spend a lot of my time with my friends there. So if I didn't spend all that time there, I think, you know, I'll probably be doing something different. I'm not sure, but, you know, I feel like, yeah, it is a part of me, though. You know, growing up, you know, having that park to always go through, you know, come home late, you know, so.
Listening to these, to the interviews from people about Brighton Park specifically, I realized that groups of people can hold events in parks, and if these events occur over and over and again for a period of time, they can become traditions. They pass down histories of a place. The history of the place becomes intertwined with the history of the group. What's interesting about Brighton Park specifically is some people were calling it Brighton and some people were calling it Brockhampton Park. Now, I believe that the people who called it Brockhampton Park because they were more familiar with Brockhampton, the group.
Oh man, my favorite park is Brockhampton Park, bro. I grew up right there, so
I guess it would be this one that we're at right now, Brockhampton Park.
Brighton Park, right here. I've lived here for 8 or 7 years now, so it's been a while, and I've been here outside at this park every day, basically, day through night.
It's not necessarily that the park has anything special about it. It's that I have a lot of memories here. After school, we would have throw hands Thursday, and everyone would show up, we'd box up, take videos. Yeah, we kept posting it on social media like dumbasses. And yeah, police started to find out about it, so
One time, my friend Tommy's snake died, and we buried it somewhere in the park. I'm not saying it, somewhere in the park, and that was a really close friendship, bringing together type thing, helping digging it and everything. It was very, very comforting. Always have friends' backs and always being there for them.
If this park didn't exist, oh man, that's where I met my girlfriend here. I was here all the time too, playing basketball and everything like that, seeing all the different things, and it would be really sad to see that just kind of parks just disappear out instead of having more kids come out, because nowadays nobody wants to come outside. They always want to just stay inside, but they don't actually treasure what a park is actually like and what it can also do.
I would probably be very antisocial and very depressed in my room all the time, not talking to anyone. This park brought the inner me out, and brightness bright my day every time.
this park right here, I think after this it's gonna be definitely a more popular park because more people are gonna realize that the meaning of Brockhampton, and I don't think a lot of people realize what Brockhampton really meant to, I guess, Kevin, I could say, but now people, I think, will have their eyes kind of open to that and realize that this place had a lot of memories for all of us growing up.
I mean, a lot more people are going to know about it after today, you know, the crowd behind me.
Zachary Schulte, Park Pause. So, I want to know what the name and location of your favorite park is.
I guess this one right here, Brighton Park.
Brighton Park. All right. How long have you known Brighton?
Since 2005.
05. How do you feel about 05? What does that look like in your mind when you think about 2005?
Like soft and orange, you know?
Like a mango.
I like an orange. That's
Orange here, or Whataburger, or the sun. What do most people overlook about Brighton Park?
There used to be a tire swing here, and they took it away.
How'd that make you feel?
Really sad. Because memories, right? Like you said, memories.
What's your favorite memory with the tire swing?
I met this kid on that swing, and he's like one of the most unique people I ever met.
And I found out that he committed suicide, so I always think about meeting him on the swing.
Do you remember the first thing you talked about, your conversation?
I don't remember at all.
What was he to you?
He's probably the most unique person I ever met.
Did he have a particular style about him, an attitude about him?
Yeah, he just seemed, I don't know, it's like he's different.
What does this park's future look like?
I have no idea. It's up to you guys.
All of these fun people here?
Yeah.
How would you be different if this park didn't exist?
There's a chance I wouldn't have made this group.
You would not have made Brockhampton if this park didn't exist?
Yeah.
So it's an important place. It's probably something that you or the fine people here would care to keep around.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all my questions that I have prearranged already. I just want to thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
And do you have any closing thoughts on public parks, the commons, or public
I need
infrastructure?
you to get on the treadmill for me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because I need to go to the restroom.
Oh yeah, I can do that for sure.
And while you're on here, explain the reason why you just asked me all those questions and like the purpose.
When Kevin asked me to get on the treadmill, he asked me to explain my purpose in asking him all of those whack questions, as the chat has said. And I kind of gave an answer, and I kind of didn't give an answer. I don't know if everyone was completely satisfied. The important thing to remember is not everyone will be satisfied, and sometimes you just have to do things that you are compelled to do. I can tell you, especially after I stepped off the treadmill and I looked into Kevin's eyes and I saw the pain he put himself through for his audience, for his fans. Placing yourself in that kind of situation is about a lot more than just celebrity and the toll that it takes on one's body. My purpose for taking Park Paws to Corpus Christi, asking Kevin those questions, was not only because, hey, I'm damn interested in those kind of performances, but we are all we have. We can only do so much with the internet. Taking power comes from organizing communities face to face. My hope is to develop a kind of common meaning around public parks. The reason why I decided to go for this event, the 1999 specifically, is because it was an activation of a public space. I'm not an expert. I'm just a curious wanderer. Ultimately, my hope is that I can show some kind of way, some kind of pathway to anybody else who wants to be a curious wanderer as well. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching. If I interviewed you at Brighton Park, thank you for sharing space with me. Everyone in the chat, thank you for your nicknames for me. Nardwar Jr. was very funny. I would like to point out that I am agender, and my pronouns are they, them. So, park person works. Most of all, I would like to cheer on Kevin Abstract. I know that's a stage name. But sometimes when one is in the trance of performance, you really do step into the role that you create.
It's an infrastructure. You should say that you love architecture. I don't. Okay. Well, architecture is great, but also I think we should protect parks, and I think they should definitely be more attention and more funding for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause bro, they're vital to growth, human growth. At the end of the day, point blank. And I think we should protect them at all costs.
I agree.
Keep fighting at parks, everybody. That's all I got.